Hi guys, my name is Nadia and I'm really excited to start my booktube channel here, and I got a book haul to show you guys. I have a little over 15 books that I've accumulated over the past week and a half, and I'm just really excited to show you guys everything. So without further ado, let's just get into it. So first, I figured I'd show you guys the books that I got from Ollie's Bargain Outlet. It's just this really cheap discount store, and they have books and they have other things, and it's just really great. So let's try and tear this thing open. Okay, so the first book on top here is Isla and the Happily Ever After. I have Lola and the Boy Next Door, and I have Anna and the French Kiss, but I have not read those two. But this was only $1.99, so I figured I'd just snatch it up and grab it. And so at least now I have all three of them for whenever I do feel like reading it. So there's this. And then I have What I Thought Was True, and this is by Huntley Fitzpatrick, and the cover is really beautiful. I think it's really nice. I'm not really too sure what this is about, but I did read My Life Next Door, and I have that in hardcover, but I don't really mind having, hardcover paperback in a series. It doesn't really matter too much to me, but yeah, I'm really excited to get into this one. This one's also $1.90. And then the next book I have is Gathering Darkness by Morgan Rose. It's book 3 in the Fallen Kingdom series. This was also $1.99. It was hardcover, and it's gorgeous, and I have yet to read the first and second book of this series as well, but eventually I will get into it. And next I have Tandem by Anna, and I'm not really too big of a fan of the cover. This has been on my TBR for a very long time, and when I saw it really cheap, I just figured I'd pick it up. Although I think it's one of those books where you just kind of buy it, you have it, you're not really sure when you're gonna read it. And next I have Rebel Belle by Rachel Hawkins, and I think this cover is pretty cute. Cover, and it's hardback, and I saw it and I'm like, I'll snatch it up and I'll get it, so whenever I do decide to read it, then I'll at least have it. I'm not really sure if I'm gonna like this one though. It's kind of like it's supposed to be funny, sort of. I'm not really sure. It's not really my genre, but I'd give it a try and see if I like it. And lastly, I have After Dead by Charlaine Harris. And I only bought this because I saw it for really cheap, and it's supposed to be kind of like an epilogue type deal. It's about everything that happens to all of the characters in the entire True Blood series in the end after the last book. Haven't read any of them. I have 2 of them right here, and I haven't read those, but I have seen the show. Love it. Just love it. I'm gonna start with this box from Book Outlet, and I'm pretty excited to open it because I did find some pretty good deals on there for some good books that I wanted to read for so long. So got the scissors. I'm ready to go. This is not safe. Okay, so as soon as I open it, on top of the standard paper, if you guys have ordered from Book Outlet, you know the deal. We got the invoice. I'm pretty sure it's just like uppercase, owl crate, those types of book boxes that they send you, but it's for kids. So I think that's pretty cool. Getting kids into reading. Okay, and we got papers and the books. Okay. So the first thing I see on top here is the Book of Ivy. Now this is something that has really high ratings on Goodreads. People were telling me to read it. So I saw it on there for really cheap, so I figured I'd snatch it up. And I think I might read this one sooner than I think, because this one sounds really interesting. And next I have Black Ice by Becca Fitzpatrick. Now I've kind of had a rocky road with Becca Fitzpatrick. I've read her book Hush Hush. I didn't really like it, but I feel like I can give this a try. It sounds pretty eerie. I think I might like it. Essentially, it's about she isn't prepared when her ex-boyfriend, her every thought, wants to join her on a trip, and I believe they get kidnapped. So it sounds like it could have the potential to be good. Next, I have Bad Romeo by Lisa Raven. This cover, it's prettier in person. It's a new adult, I'm pretty sure. It's about this girl. She's an acting student. She meets a guy. I'm pretty sure he's one of her co-stars or something, so that sounds pretty good. I do dabble in new adult when I'm not kind of jumping all over the place in my genres, but this sounds pretty good. And next I have Zodiac by Romina Russell. And this is a hardcover. It's beautiful. I've been wanting to read this for a while, just haven't gotten to it. It was just, again, one of those books where you're just kind of like, should I do it? Should I not do it? But then you do it when you see it really cheap on Book Outlet. So they got me. Even the back, it's beautiful with all the signs and everything. It's just a really pretty book. Next, I have Written in the Stars by Aisha Saeed, I want to say. And ever since I read The Wrath and the Dawn, I was sold on the Thousand Nights type retelling. And that's not necessarily what this is. It's mostly about kind of arranged marriages, and both topics go hand in hand. I'm really excited to get into this whenever I do read it because I feel like I'm going to love it, and I really hope I do. This book is The Edge of Never, and this is another new adult book. Living her life, and then she just decides to hop on a train and go elsewhere and see what life it has in store for her, and she meets a guy. Usually that's how it goes, but the cover is really beautiful, and I've been wanting to read this, so it's another book that I can just add to the I wanted to read this category until I actually do read it. Okay, and next I have Standoff by Andrew Smith, and I'm not a big fan of these covers. They're a little weird, but I love the cartoons they put in here. It's so cute. I read the first book, broke my heart, that's all I'm gonna say. But I'm glad to have the next book in the series along with. I do have the first book here, so they're kind of, you know, they match. They're both hardcover. They're both really good. So, and next I have The Scorpion Rules by Erin Bow. This is another one that I've definitely wanted to read. It's in hardcover. It's beautiful. It has one of those textured covers. You can feel it. Love it. I can't really tell you what it's about. I couldn't really tell you. It's one of those books with the ambiguous type synopsis, so you can't really explain it. But I'm really excited to read this. It's been haunting me, and then I found it, so I said, let's get it. And lastly, I have 5 to 1 by Holly Bodger, and this cover, it's gorgeous. Gorgeous. In the future, it's the year 2054. And you basically have to win a wife because I guess females are sort of hard to come by. I'm not really sure why, but it's kind of like a dystopian type read, I want to say. And I just love the cover, and it sounds really good. Moving on to the Amazon package. Now, I did open this one because it was raining earlier that day. I saw this and I was like, oh my gosh, and it was a little damp, so I'm like, oh, my books better not be wet. And they were not, but I did have to open and just ensure the safety of my books. So up here I have A Court of Mist and Fury. So, first of all, this is a giant. I didn't know it was gonna be this big, but I'm happy it is. A Court of Thorns and Roses was big, but this is huge. This book, I can't wait to read it. The first book blew my socks off. I'm ready to get into the second one. I don't know when I'm gonna read this because I'm gonna need a lot of time to sit down, soak it all in, read it, just like with the first. Thorns and Roses right here, and they're both beautiful books. Like, look at the cover, they're both gorgeous. All right, and those are going up on the shelf. Next, I have It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. And she's another author that I have sort of a love-hate relationship with. Sometimes her and I get along, like with Maybe Someday. I liked that. I gave that a 4 out of 5 stars, I believe. Ugly Love, I think I gave it 3. Hopeless, hated it. Never Never, she did co-write that with, can't remember her name, but didn't really like that either. So let's hope I do enjoy this one. It sounds pretty good. It's a love triangle, but I'm kind of a fan of those. And it's new adult, so we'll just see how this goes. It does have another textured cover. You can feel the flower kind of shattering. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful cover. So, and next I have World After by Susan E. I did read Angel Fall, and I was kind of on the fence, but I knew I liked it. I just was kind of on the fence. Do I like it, or do I just sort of like it? Or, you know, I was kind of at a loss for what to rate that. But Rolled After is just the second book. I would like to know what happens to them. If I remember correctly, the first book, it has been a while since I read it. But yeah, I have this one. And I don't know when I'm gonna get into this, to be honest with you. I have no idea. Hopefully soon. Lastly, I have Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo. It's been time for a long time that I got into this. I want to read Six of Crows. I heard this series, this trilogy, and Six of Crows don't really link up, but I heard they're from the same world or something. You can correct me if I'm wrong. Let me know what's up in the comments, but I figure I should just go in order. Read this trilogy, then read Six of Crows, see how I like everything. So I'm really excited to get into this. It's been long overdue. And lastly, I have another book from another box from Amazon. Got the scissors again. We're gonna do the unsafe way of cutting this. Okay, so the first book that's on top here is Three Dark Crowns by Kendare Blake. It's in hardcover. It's got the deckled edges. It's beautiful. I guess it's mainly about sisters, and I believe they have to fight for the throne, but in that process 2 of them have to die, I believe. I hope I'm telling you guys this right. But each crown, I guess each sister has their own thing they can do, kind of like the Hunger Games, like everyone has their specialty kind of thing that they're good at. But yeah, this cover is gorgeous. I'm so excited to read this. I'm glad I decided to buy it. Everyone's talking about this all over BookTube, Goodreads, everywhere. So I figure, you know what? Let's just do it. The worst that can happen is you don't like it. Lastly, I have This Savage Song by Victoria Schwab. Okay, this cover is gorgeous. I guess it's mostly about... See, I'm a mess. I don't really know what all these are about. Like, I know, but I don't know. This girl wants to be as ruthless as her father. She's been going to boarding school. She's trying to finally go home and prove that she can be as ruthless as her father. And I guess monsters kind of have taken over the city. And then August, he wants to be human, but he isn't. He's one of the monsters. And he's one of the monsters, and he can steal souls with a song, I believe. And that in itself just sounds amazing. I'm really a fan of books like this where it's kind of a love interest, but they're battling their own demons. They have stuff going on with them, and this just sounds really good. Like, you can steal a soul with a song. I mean, imagine how that can be a weapon. I'm really excited to get into this. I might bump this up to my TBR. Bump this up on my TBR. I just finished The Girl on the Train, so I don't know if I'm gonna want to watch this or read this, or I don't know. But if you guys have a suggestion on what I should read next, go ahead and let me know in the comments. I hope you liked my book haul. This is my first time kind of filming a video, so kind of excuse my kind of all over the place-ness. But yeah, I hope you guys all enjoyed my book haul, and happy reading.